My name is Juan Valadez, and to tell you the story of my education is to share a story of pride, oppression, loss, and rediscovery. I share with you only a small aspect of a much larger story. I focus this story on math only because at the age of 41, I'm working on becoming a middle school bilingual math teacher in hopes of redirecting many children who face similar challenges today. I owe many thanks for my education of life to my parents, but I owe my math story to mi papá. Mi papá was first and foremost Mexicano. He was the best kind of Mexicano too. The kind who wanted everyone to know who he was and made no apologies for it. As a Mexicano, according to mi papá, math was in our blood. He had the ability to add, subtract, multiply and divide multi-digit numbers in his head with ease. I once asked him how he did it. He told me, Mexicanos tenemos la matemática en la sangre. Viene de los aztecas y los mayas. Venimos de ellos. Son parte de nosotros. For mi papá, math was not something we learned. It was just who we were. This part of my identity would be challenged when we moved to the United States. We moved to a tiny Texas town whose slogan is, "The little town with a heart as big as Texas." We soon found that this heart did not have room for Mexicanos. In school, some teachers and administrators referred to us as the wetback children. They saw our inability to speak English as the inability to learn. It was here in this little Texas town that I began to lose a part of who I was. I was told daily how incapable I was of learning. Eventually, I believed what they told me. I could not learn. This was most evident with my 4th grade math teacher. She sat us in alphabetical order. Strangely, the 4 brown kids were in the last row together. When I questioned her about the arrangement, she put me in front of the class and yelled, "Mexicans are not good in math." As the class began to laugh, I felt the proud Aztec in Mayan blood run out from my veins. To my misfortune, she would be my math teacher in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. But my middle school and high school experience would be no better. There was only one math teacher in the entire school, which included 7th through 12th grades. He hated fielding questions. Students rarely asked any questions for fear of being humiliated in front of the entire class. I barely passed both 7th and 8th grade math. By the time I got into high school, I hated everything that had to do with numbers. I failed algebra the first time. The second time, I passed with C- only because I learned the art of cheating. At last, I was done with math, or at least that's what I thought. 20 years later, I walked into an elementary algebra class at Austin Community College. I knew all I had to do was get through college algebra, and I'm done with math for good. The professor's name was Omar Rodriguez, a Latino math teacher. I was dumbfounded at the knowledge that there was at least one other Latino who, like mi papá, was good in math. This was the only reason I signed up for his class. The first day in class, he gave us a pre-test in which I made a 30 out of 100. His next words still resound in my ears. "If you made a 25 or better, you are in the right class," he said. "In case you don't think you can do math," he continued, "I failed math in high school 4 years in a row." He told us that a teacher in high school once told him, "Rodriguez, if there's a math lower than algebra offered, that's the class you need to be in." My heart nearly jumped out of my chest. I earned an A in elementary, intermediate, and college algebra. It was Omar who convinced me to try trigonometry and think about becoming a math teacher. I took the challenge and earned an A in trigonometry, a B in pre-calculus. The Aztec and Mayan blood now flowed through my veins once again. The fear, not completely gone, but well on its way to be erased, was expunged in the next phase of my college career, transferring to Texas State. The summer before entering Texas State University in San Marcos, I visited with Dr. Maria Alejandra Sorto, a math professor there. I chose to meet with her for the same reason I picked Omar's class. She was a Latina. At the meeting, she told me, "If you sign up for my Calculus 1 class, it will be your favorite class." As hard and as frustrating as it was my favorite class, and I earned an A in Calculus 1. And then a B in Calculus 2, which I took with her as well. Dr. Sorto, like Omar, challenged me, and I became her teaching assistant. Because of the experience and people like Omar and Alejandra, I have grown into a better teacher. While I still struggle with math, more confidence comes every day. To Omar and Alejandra, thank you for helping me dig out of the rubble my love for math. You are my mentors, but more importantly, you are my friends. To mi papá, gracias is not enough. So I am passing on his wisdom and telling mi hija, Sofía, Mexicanos tenemos la matemática en la sangre. Viene de los aztecas y los mayas, and your abuelito.